Hi, this is Rita Clooney, and I'm pretty excited about this work. And what I wanted to do is share with you what I offer in my business of Healing Touch for Babies. And my mission really is to give babies their best start in life. My background is in nursing. I am a certified Healing Touch practitioner and instructor, and I'm also certified in holistic nursing. And what I bring to the table in this work is over 35 years of experience of working in neonatal intensive care. And what I've seen throughout the years in the hospital is I think that there's a lot that can be done to prevent some of the complications that happen at birth. I know that there's a lot of moms who really are dedicated to their health and their pregnancy, and sometimes things go wrong. And this might be a helpful modality for you to use because it can be the ultimate in prevention. So some people don't even know what healing touch is, and before I go on, I would like to explain it, because a lot of people, when they hear about energy healing, they think it's something esoteric. But the truth is that our bodies are made of energy, and a quantum physicist one time spoke at a conference that I attended, and he said that we have enough electricity in our body that if we were able to plug ourselves into a socket, that we could run the electricity of a city block for over a 24-hour period of time. And for those of you that studied Krebs cycle in high school or college, you know that that is a lot of energy transmission going on. So Healing Touch uses the hands in a heart-centered, intentional way. And what we do is we help to support physical, emotional, spiritual, and mental health. And by restoring the balance and harmony, what happens is we give the body its best shot in healing. The human energy field, this is a picture by Alex Gray, and basically what he did was he boiled it down to seeing us as made of, again, electricity, which is particles of light. We are made of electrical charge. We have positive ions and negative ions. We have salts and solutions. Our bodies have the electrical impulse that run our hearts, so we could measure that with EKGs. The brain waves are measured with EEGs. The muscle impulses are measured with EMGs. We also have magnetic resonance that shows how the molecules are vibrating and moving in relationship to each other. And so what that does is it shows us that flow is health, and that in the wintertime, when the air is dry and we touch something, we actually experience that spark, that electrical charge, which is communicating with our environment. Again, health equals flow. And a good comparison of that to everyday life would be traffic in a metropolitan area, say New York City, for example. If you were flying in a low aircraft or in a helicopter above New York City, you would have the experience of watching an amazing amount of traffic throughout the city, especially during rush hour. There's local traffic, there's arteries, there's interstates going through, not to mention the trains that are coming in, the subways that are underground, and then of course there's pedestrian traffic. So all of this has each component is a part of a system, and each of these systems has to relate to each other to create order and harmony, very much like our body functions do. And our systems are interdependent. So say, for instance, if there was a traffic accident and it wasn't moved, then it could cause gridlock, and we all know what that's like. There's Kirlian photography that was developed in England, that with a certain type of refined instrument, they've actually been able to measure the electrical emissions that come from our hands and feet. And through research, they've also seen that people who have the same kind of disease process going on in their body emit the same kind of configurations. So they actually use this Kirlian photography in England to do diagnostic measures when they're seeing patients. So energy, again, has patterns. And I've been using this comparison to a metropolitan area for about 20 years. I've been teaching for that long. And then 9/11 happened, and you could see how there were two buildings that were in the city that not only affected the traffic patterns in the city, but the truth is that has affected the whole world. And so basically that proves, as a human race and also weather systems and everything, our energy patterns are all interdependent. How do smartphones work? From the electricity that emits from your fingers. Again, there's nothing esoteric about the electricity that runs in our body. So how does healing occur? What happens is that when somebody receives an energy treatment, it starts to relax the body. And honestly, there has never been more stress in our society as there is today. So it's really helpful to do that, because relaxation increases circulation. And then when there's increased blood flow, there's increased oxygen that gets to the body tissue, and it creates better function. So part of the end results are digestion improves, and with that, nutrients are more easily absorbed. Our endocrine system works better, so hormones could be more regulated. And the cells of the body can more easily regenerate, because they can release toxins more easily. Our immunity is boosted, and then healing creates a sense of well-being, and it creates a cycle that helps us to get rid of stress and to experience the naturally occurring renewal of our body. And the reason I created Healing Touch for babies, it's not just for babies, but it's also for pregnancy. Stress relief can really improve the optimum growth and development of a baby. Time magazine came out with an article in October of last year where they've actually discovered that the first 9 months of our life in utero create our health and our intelligence templates for the rest of our lives. And now there's a field in science called fetal origins, so that they can help moms to give their babies a better start by managing their own stress and by self-care, because that's the time when it's crucial. It's easier to create something healthy than it is to repair something that isn't very healthy and didn't have the best creative time in utero. What also happens with Healing Touch is there's faster recovery from birth for both mom and baby, and it deepens the bonding process. And actually, bonding really best happens when it starts in utero, because again, there's other studies that have been done where they found that when a mom and baby bond before birth, they have a better birth experience because they're more of a team. And what also happens is that the baby has a higher sense of emotional security because the baby feels like it's part of a team. Baby's energy is so responsive when it's new that in my work in intensive care, I see amazing results using Healing Touch because it helps to relieve their symptoms. Their energy is very responsive because they haven't had time to develop patterns. It can also help colic and reflux of older babies. And what I've also noticed is premature babies gain weight faster. This workshop I have a couple workshops. This one is the professional training. It's a weekend workshop. And basically, this is the information that's covered during the weekend. It's a 2 full-day course. Talks more about the human energy system. You don't have to have any prerequisites or experience in energy healing to take it. We talk a lot about quantum physics, and that's in simple terms, and how that relates to mother-child bonding. Research that involves infant awareness, and there's some really great cutting-edge research that'll help you to realize what infants really need and want. I feel like there is a kind of a blind spot that we have in healthcare and in our society in general as to how sophisticated baby senses are and the need that they have for our own awareness of them and seeing life from their point of view. These are the principles of pre and perinatal psychology and health, and they have an organization that's devoted to research to help babies also receive more respect and help mom education for them to realize the miracle that they're carrying. The healing touch techniques that you learn will be easy, and you'll also learn how to apply them and when. And at the end of the second day, there's a live healing demo done by myself, and there's a practice session for a couple hours with volunteer moms and dads who bring their babies, so that you can really see how they respond, and the parents get to learn a little bit about healing, and they get a little mini session, and everybody goes home pretty relaxed. This is what you're going to take home with you if you take the class. You'll just receive a deeper understanding of birth and babies, deeper respect for moms, even yourself as a mom, and you'll be able to be a better resource for them. And as always, when you're learning healing, you get to receive it too, so there's healing for yourself. I call my techniques infant-centered compassionate care because it's a holistic package of how to not only do healings with the babies, but how to be with the babies to help to create the optimum start for them. And I have a technique called the remembrance, which is a wonderful heart-centered way to be healing without using your hands. I have 16 contact hours that are approved for nurses, doulas, and massage therapists, and a lot of stories through the years. I've been doing Healing Touch for over 20 years in the clinical area of neonatal intensive care, and some of the stories are pretty remarkable. It's also a wonderful opportunity for you on a personal level to remember your own beginnings and remember exactly that pure essence from where you came. So it's 2 days of self-healing, and I also promise you that there will be ways for you to learn not only how to take care of yourself, but if you're a nurse, to be able to enrich your nursing care. And I've written a book, and so this is my, I've added moms to my teaching, where they have a day-long class to learn the ultimate in healthy and spiritual childbirth preparation, but it's also can be for new moms too. Actually, it could be for a mom of any age, because parenting isn't easy, and sometimes there's things that happen, and even grandparents have regrets about their parenting, and so we go through whatever you need at the time. I do telephone sessions in healing and coaching, both private and in groups. There's a membership site for pregnant or new moms called yourbabyremembers.com, and basically it has modules of learning and weekly calls and prenatal bonding to help you start that sacred connection. And my book's called Your Baby Remembers, Parenting with a Deep Heart from the Start, available, and it's available on Amazon in both Kindle and in paperback. So I invite you all. I am very excited about this work. I think it's the ultimate prevention of, planting seeds for a healthy lifestyle. For moms, it's a wonderful way to plant the seeds of deep emotional security and seeds of healthy relationships for you and your baby, for your family, for the rest of your life, and be able to withstand the stressors of our time. I think that that's really important right now. So hopefully you'll sign up for the newsletter, and if you have any questions, please feel free to email me, and I am so deeply happy to serve you.